Hi Jess, it's me Jessica. If you could spare a few seconds, there's a few lessons I'd like to bless on you. By the looks of things, you're 21 now. I could tell by the fresh scar just above your brow and how this is the slimmest you've been. I know food doesn't taste the same since him leaving. 'Cause you took beating after beating after beating, and even though you'd be the one to forgive him, he's the one that ended up leaving. Convince yourself, well, at least now he's found his next victim, but I know there's still a part of you that's got you thinking what's wrong with me? 'Cause every day he called you ugly. His new girl's beautiful, that can't be debated, so maybe if you were prettier, your love would have been reciprocated. Maybe if you wouldn't have seen that guy on the breakup, then maybe he wouldn't have hated us, but baby, none of that is true. Being honest, it was never going to work between you two. Because the journey you're about to embark will see you find your once lost spark. You forgot how funny you once were, and now you're the main character. You'll forget you were ever once shy, and then you'll meet a really nice guy, 6'2", perfect height. It was love at first sight. Lockdown comes, so you'll move in and have you questioning how the hell you ever got him, so you'll push and you'll push and you'll push just to get him to prove his love. And baby, not once does he ever break, not once does his morals or values ever shake, not once does he ever take your bait. For years you were taught that love was pain. Suddenly you became the abuser, and I still carry that shame. A pregnancy came, a pregnancy went. A pregnancy caused you to resent. Looking back, neither at fault. And to be loved for a time still remains in my vault. Now, the next few years wouldn't be so kind. I'm not trying to scare you, please bear that in mind. But my dear, the worst is yet to come. Because in 2022, we would lose a son. To a man that was incredibly cruel, a man who went out of his way to pursue, a man who sold us a dream of a family, marriage, home, and everything in between. And when he had us in a place with no escape, that's when the real him started to take shape. Taking a beating was nothing new, but it was his icy words that would cut right through. To be made to feel so loved and then called crazy, honestly, that year still seems hazy. But what I do recall, almost daily, was the day I begged God to save me and my baby. Out of our hands it was taken, just like anything. It came with a hook, a blessing in disguise, a blessing that came at a great sacrifice. There would be a few times homeless in between, and some real evil men, and I still don't feel quite clean. Lost some friends that we fought with for life, some our fault, others just meaningless fights. A few really, really dark nights. A few attempts on our own life. Single 3 years now and still alone, but hey, at least now we have a home to call our own. But now, baby girl, for the hardest part, I'm gonna have to erase everything I've told you so far. No, don't argue with me. It's gotta be done. I know I could save you all this pain, little one. But then I wouldn't be the person I've become. It'll all be over soon. I promise. 3, 2, 1. Hi Jessica. I'm just a stranger, but there are some important things I want to say to you. Firstly, my love, you are not hard to love. You have always been and will always be more than enough. And on those days things get really tough, I need you to remember you have weathered storms much more rough. Because the prices you make on those rainy days are the deposits you make for better days. So in the meantime, give yourself grace. And please, please be kind to yourself. Always.